All right, Ezekiel, I have an idea that we need to worldcraft.
What world crafting idea do you have for us, DJ?
Okay, so it might take a little bit to explain, so stick with me.
I'll get
And it
popcorn.
might be confusing, but I can clarify if
I'll
you
get
have questions.
extra
So
popcorn.
imagine this.
I'm imagining.
Okay,
I'm in the ethos.
these primitive people
Oh, there's primitive people in
have
the
this
ethos.
campfire, okay, and
Okay.
they have their little hut, they have their little culture, their village, and then time fast forward like a time lapse, and you can watch them
Okay.
develop.
They're developing. Like like the camera's still. We're watching one shot, and like that one area is just developing super super fast into modern.
Right, and they're walking through the different time periods
Okay.
up to modern, maybe a little bit future. Okay, and now instead of it being a campfire, it's a skyscraper.
Oh wow.
The Burj Khalifa, the Empire State Building, whatever. It's a
So you say like
bona fide modern day city.
slightly future. Could we make the campfire like a statue, like a carving of a campfire, or like a bronze statue of a campfire hovering over a platform with fake flames coming out of it, like an homage to the olden days?
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes, like a memorial to what the land started as.
Like how far
Like
they've came, and it
so
like hover. Okay.
this tower or memorial or whatever it is the center of civilization. And the further away you get from that point, the further back in time, the further back in time the
Way.
culture is, the development of those people are. So it doesn't have anything to do with actual time travel. It's just the further away from that center point you go is like traveling back in time because the inventions have not reached those parts of the world yet.
So I'm imagining a circle. In the middle of this circle, let's put like a city there, and that city is super modernized. And but then as like or like rings, I'm gonna like maybe sectors that go outwards each, and add it just does it gradually, and so like it gradually just gets outer. So that means your outer ring is like still
You're
your Stone Age.
you're at the tower,
Uh-huh.
the center tower, and you get in your car and you start driving away from the tower.
Okay.
And as you drive away from the tower, slowly everything shifts from slightly futuristic to a modern landscape. So all the architect
Mm-hmm. All the architecture and stuff starts to gradually go down and down and down, and until you get to like
and
stone
as
huts.
you drive further away,
Uh-huh.
the it shifts again. It shifts from modern to early 2000s, and then you keep driving and it shifts to 90s, 80s, 70s, and it keeps going down, down until you get to the Victorian era, and everyone's like, what is this vehicle this guy's driving? Maybe at some point you hit a roadblock and you have to switch to a horse-drawn buggy or whatever.
All right.
So
So
the
so is
the
there like
further
a
away from the
clear
tower you go, it keeps dropping in
dropping?
time. Yeah, the development keeps dropping.
All right. I just got to get a couple ideas out of my head real quick. Can you go out infinitely, or is there a border? Like, are we gonna hit dinosaurs at some point if we keep traveling outwards, or is it all like human civilization?
I don't know. For some reason in my brain, I had this idea that it would be like a cone shaped planet,
Cone.
and the very point of the cone
Uh-huh.
would be the most advanced civilization. And then the further away from that point you got, it got wider, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
like a cone. And then at some point you would reach the end of the cone, and then there'd be the bottom of the backside.
There would just be nothing. There would just be nothing. They would just end right
Well, there can
there.
be whatever we want there to
Yeah.
be.
I think nothing is kind of cool, but I might come back to that. I have some ideas flowing through my head.
All right.
Second question I have for you. As you're traveling from the point of the cone downwards and you're going through these rings, is there clear markers, like a line in the ground or a wall or something that like physically separates the different sections of civilization?
They're not not the way I was imagining it, but that might make more sense as to why the world is this way,
So,
especially in the more modern sectors, we'll call them.
so I have an idea, and you'll have to tell me if you liked it or not.
All right.
So you have this cone-shaped world, and you have all of these different belts, and they all
It doesn't have to be
move in,
friendship world. That's just
or a circle
one idea I have in my
planet,
brain.
a circular planet, or just a land. We can call it a land or a world because we're world crafting. A
Uh-huh.
world that's circular, and in the middle of the circle, it's highly advanced, and the outside side of the circle is like the beginning of human civilization. Like they haven't even discovered fire yet.
Right.
And then the next ring in is like they've just discovered fire. And separating these rings is a massive wall, and the wall is made out of steel and metal. But something strange happens when the outer ring advances to the point of its neighbor or the next ring in. The wall separating them slowly goes down and is removed, and that ring becomes larger. So you have your Stone Age, or even before the Stone Age, you have the Age of Fire, like they just discovered fire. Right before it, you have an age where they've not discovered fire yet, until one fateful day, one of them discovers fire. It doesn't happen immediately, but the fire knowledge spreads throughout the ring. As soon as everyone in the ring knows about fire, the wall comes down, and that ring just becomes larger. I'm going somewhere with all of it.
So eventually all the walls would come down when the first when the most or sorry, when the least advanced civilization keeps catching up to the next civilization, and then it would just keep getting bigger as each wall came down until it was all as advanced as the most advanced, right?
Theoretically, but I am going like there's an overarching goal in all of this, and you might already be like heading that direction. Um, so the second ring, let's keep building out these rings. I really like these rings. So the second ring is the Age of Fire, and they basically have discovered fire. They've discovered friction and flint and steel, or not even flint and steel, just flint and hard rock, and they're making sparks. Um, I'm not a survivalist, so somebody in the comments can start labeling all the ways to make fire. Um, and so
So
they
basically speaking, the thing that's separating these rings is just one advancement.
so it doesn't have to be. It can be a list of advancements, and that's what I was going to go through with you with and fully build out this world to where we go to each ring until we get to the center ring, and we classify what advancements do you need. So like let's say the fire ring, the land where you have to discover fire. What or we can make a bunch of rings and make it where it is only one. That might be interesting too. But what would be the next ring past the discovery of fire?
Uh, Workable metal, probably like smithing,
Like a smithing or like stone
because
tools? I was actually
well,
thinking
I would think they
stone
already
tools.
had stone
Yeah.
tools.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking with the fire,
Oh yeah.
that gives them the ability to heat the
That's
metal
right.
to bend it into whatever shapes they want.
So if you make stone tools, it is not a qualification to enter the next zone. Like
All right.
you like you have to create steel. Like you have to create steel weapons. And as soon as you create steel weapons, then you can enter the next zone or the wall removes. Oh,
Wait a second.
I just thought of a
Is it
better
just
idea.
a video game?
No, no, it's a
When you
full
just
blown
have to
tutorial.
unlock achievements
All
to
right,
advance to the next level?
new. Okay, it was, but I'm changing it, and I want to know what you think because we can scrap it all. New plan. You're in the last ring, literally before the like discovery of fire, before the Stone Age, like before, and you discover fire, and you figure out how to make fire before
And they
you can
abduct me and put
teach
me
it.
into the next ring.
Before you can teach somebody, DJ, lights come up above your head and you begin to elevate off the ground as you are sucked into a massive light. You don't remember anything, but all you remember is waking up in a new land that you have never seen before. Or even better, like these figures come out, they capture you and they take you to a massive gate, and these massive figures are like in these like metal suits and stuff, and they have like lights going up their suits and stuff, and they seem to like when they take a step, gravity doesn't seem to like hold them very well, like they can like float as they step, and they're very strong. They walk up to this massive gate, or it just looks like a piece of the wall, and they like shrines and stuff are built around this gate because it's like the only ornate part of the wall, and they like click a like garage door opener, and the gate opens, and you are escorted into the next ring and dropped off. The gate closes. You never see the people
Pause
again.
for a second.
Yeah. Hit me with it. What you think?
Okay. Not a garage door opener. I think Broby, who's getting abducted, needs to start a fire to prove that he can do the thing. And that's the key that opens the gate.
And that's the key that opens the gate. And the makers request it.
Yeah.
Request proof of knowledge. Does it open the gate permanently or only for him?
Only for him,
Only
because
for him.
then it closes and the next guy has to
That's right.
use the key or
Oh, I
whatever.
love it. I love it. And so he's in a
Okay,
new
so
zone.
then
And so what is the
so
so
then
you DJ
you
you
just
travel
advance as your knowledge
you
grows.
travel to the next gate. What is on this gate, or like something that would tell you like what are the prerequisites of like society to move into the next age? So we got you said metalworking, or I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so this is the metalworking one, right?
Yeah, this is the metalworking one.
So like,
We're following you on your journey.
okay. So then he just has to make like an actual key
Oh, we have to make an
to
actual
use
E,
to unlock the lock. Yeah, out of steel or iron or something.
in it, and the door opens. So what's the so then
Because
after
then
yeah, what you got?
you have to use the fire knowledge and the metalworking knowledge to get to the next
To the next zone.
the compounds.
So in this next zone, so we got metal. So we got Age of Fire, Age of Metalworking. So we're to the Steel Age, or to like the Bronze Age, or whatever. They learned how to forge metal. He makes his key. He goes into the next age. What is this next age? Is this the Victorian era, or like all these people know how to
Victorian
metalwork?
era is pretty late because
Yeah,
it's like
maybe that's the next one.
ancient Greece, let's say.
Ancient Greece. So
Yeah.
structures. There's like marble structures expanding out. And as he walks through the gate, there's a group of people all there, and they start celebrating, and like they're like, the makers have given us another tribute. And they go and they mark him as like an outsider
Because he wasn't born in it.
because he wasn't born in that ring. And so maybe there's the caste system.
So he's the lowest part of the caste system.
Yeah, he's an outsider in this caste system. But we'll get to that like that story a little later. Um,
Right. Okay, so what what's the deal with this ring? They're just making a bunch of structures, bunch of marble
marble structures and stuff.
structures or giant pillars.
So, ooh,
And then to get to the next one, he has to build one by himself.
yeah, he has to build the structure, a marble structure by himself.
Yeah.
So I want to introduce another element that this ring itself has to deal with that the rings before don't have to deal with. In this ring, there's like ancient Greek structures ever. No, they're not even ancient. They're new Greek structures like made with marble and craftsmanship and all this stuff. And our traveler, he's walking around and he sees that the gate, all you would have to do to progress is to make one of these structures before it. It doesn't even have to be a massive sprawling structure. It just has to be a little home. And there's even like parts and pieces and stones all around the gate for like people to make stuff. Like they've already like prepared. Like these people have figured out how the rings work. But they still choose to stay in this ring. And nobody will tell him why.
Right, because they're familiar with it.
It's like, why do they choose to stay in this ring?
Yeah.
Why like what about the next ring causes these people to stay? Because they can clearly escape, but they don't. What are we thinking?
Right, they can, but they don't. Okay. Well, what what kind of are these just a bunch of humans we're thinking?
I was thinking humans, but we can come up with all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
What about humans and other things? Are there other things? I mean, obviously, these are animals.
I'll let you in on this idea that I've been having is that there's at the peak there is this whole world was seeded and is one giant science experiment.
Ooh. You know, it's funny. I was thinking that same thing,
Dude,
actually.
I knew you were. I knew you were. And so these scientists, these are the makers. These are the people that like, okay, we're going to put these people here, we're going to put these people there, and we're going to just observe. They're not going to get involved other than to observe. But things they do, do. The things that they do are they take humans and they change the genes of those humans to create variants. So hit me with what you got.
Like a minotaur?
I don't, you, dude, a minotaur, love it. Okay,
Well, I I said ancient Greece, and that immediately makes me think of Greek gods, which also makes me think of things like minotaurs
the
and
minotaur.
centaurs and stuff like that. So, I mean, maybe these scientist people were just like, "Hey, can we mix this animal with this person?"
They're just
And
gene
they didn't
splicing.
stop to think if they should. They just stopped and
Yeah,
could,
that's right.
and they found out that they could.
Sometimes you have to break a few eggs to make progress. That is what they think.
Yes.
And so they make like this minotaur. So does the minotaur guard the gate or is it on the other side of the gate? Like or is it just it or do they just roam in the Greek realm in the age of marble and construction?
Yeah. I was thinking there would just be like a thing you find in the wild and it tries to kill you or it
Yep.
might not try to kill you or something like that. So it'd just be like another animal, but it's a lot more vicious and slightly more intelligent, maybe.
That's right. What I want a scene where he's traveling, where he's escaped some sort of like because he's like the bottom of the caste system, and so he's captured and sold into like slavery, And so he escapes and he's running through the woods and he comes across a minotaur. But he's being chased by the slavers. And so he draws the minotaur like close to the slavers. And so he uses that as a distraction. But as he continues going through the woods, he comes across another minotaur. But this minotaur is only 2 feet tall and is holding a little like pickaxe.
A
Or
baby minotaur.
and the American character, he comes out of the woods, he sees the Minotaur, and the Minotaur looks at him and goes, "Oh!" And the main character screams and like puts his hands in front of his head, and he knows his death is near. And then the Minotaur takes off his head, and it's a little gnome. We don't have to do gnomes, but we can do gnomes if we want to.
The gnomes are back.
The gnomes are back, boys.
The return of the gnomes.
Return of the gnomes.
Revenge of the gnomes.
It's like, and this 2 foot. No, we can get rid of the gnome.
Maybe later on.
All right, no gnome.
No, let's do. I have an idea for a later circle.
Okay,
we'll do gnomes.
I bet. We're gonna let that one cook for a little bit.
All right, so yeah, we'll just leave that one there.
And there should be a Colosseum, or that was in Rome.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking for the next.
The next one,
Roman era.
So
it's like this.
Oh,
everyone's fighting each other type stuff.
And maybe that's the reason the Greek people don't want to go into the next ring, is because the next ring is so bloody. It's just pure violence. Like a Greek person left the age of marble and age of construction and went into the age of basically of war. Conquest, the age of conquest. And he saw and he ran back and he dove through the gate as like the gate is closing, and he looks up at everybody and goes, "We should be very cautious about progressing from this point forward." And other people like go, and then some people come back, and then they do something crazy where like one guy goes through the gate, he captures a person from the age of conquest, call him the Roman. He captures a Roman, and then another person is gonna go through the gate, so it opens the gate again, and they come back through. They degress, and they like have this person captured, and they interrogate him, and they find out all about the age of conquest, and that's the reason none of these Greek people want to go into the Roman era, because it's just so bloody.
I like it.
Or okay, how about this? For the Minotaurs, the Greek people capture one and they sell it to the Roman side.
Ooh, I like it.
For like their technology, for like their swords and armor. Yeah.
I like it works.
And all like
the Greeks don't have any reason to have swords and armor because they're not interested in war. They're just interested in building stuff.
It's just to uphold the caste system.
Building civilization.
Your slaves can't rise up and overthrow you if you have all the weapons and they have nothing.
So they're just trying to keep their slave in our... Okay,
it's just,
that's fair.
Just maintain the caste system.
I'll accept it.
And they're all and people really, like you said, people don't care. They're all philosophizing. Philosophers. And they're a bunch of philosophers.
Creating democracy and logic, and
they're like, "We have done it. We have created democracy. Why would we want to leave this area? If we went to the next area, it would just be it. We would just be killed." That's what would happen.
They don't have democracy. They have Alexander the Great, and
they have conquest. It's all about conquest. He who is strong.
Those are very different things.
Yeah, they rule off the rule of strength.
Yeah. The strong survive.
The strong survive, and the weak die. And that's what the Greek people stand.
So basically, it's just like all of these different troops, armies, battalions, whatever, platoons, just marching across wastelands and lands and stuff, just fighting and killing each other perpetually.
Oh.
And every time one person takes over the whole thing, someone else rises up and then
Dude,
just takes it over, and there's more fighting, and it
dude, how about
keeps
this?
going like that.
When one person conquers the entire conquering age, the entire Roman area, soon, it never lasts very long. Somehow another conquering race rises up and starts basically another war. Maybe the makers or the scientists from their observatories, like, the experiment is not complete yet. Let's seed some discourse. And they like plant like warriors and stuff, or they give basically they
I like
restart.
that idea.
What you got? Make it better. Fix it. Get rid of it.
However, I don't think it's necessary because I think due to human nature,
Oh, you're right.
uh,
What am I thinking?
the empire of this circle that we're dealing with here could only ever last for so long.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then someone's general or someone else or somehow someone will rise up and be like, okay, it's my turn. I'm in charge now.
Yeah. That actually makes more sense. And I was joking about me being hard on myself earlier. Um, no, dude, I love that.
Yeah.
So, oh, and I had another thought. Another reason nobody progresses into the Roman age is because to progress, you have to make a house and you have to make weapons for war. But then weapons for war are so heavily guarded by the aristocrats, part of the caste system, that they don't allow people to progress. What do we think about that? Or we can just leave it where they build a house.
No, I like it. I like it because, well, I don't like the building weapons part, but I like that the head of the
Yeah.
builders, the philosophers, doesn't allow people to progress because he wants to. The more people that progress, the more power he loses,
That's right.
or he want people to stay in his area.
Under his control. I mean, he has a sprawling slave market
Exactly.
of the people that come in from the next ring. Those who cannot pay off their debts.
Exactly.
What a marvelous democracy this is. Um,
Right.
I'm just getting, I'm trying to write a bad character
Yeah.
here.
All right.
It's not the beliefs that I hold.
Yep. He's an absolute dirtbag.
Dirtbag that loves his power. So our character,
Okay,
he figures out how to get into the Roman age.
yes, from the Roman age.
He hides in a box of luggage. Okay, continue. What you got?
The
What you got?
I was just thinking, okay, so it's the age of conquest.
Yeah.
So in order for him to progress to the next age, there's a guard guarding the gate. And in order to get past, all he has to do is defeat the guard in a fight, sword fight, hand to hand combat, whatever.
Oh, I have an idea.
He just has to beat him.
All right. What if the Colosseum is built around the gate to progress? And if you are a gladiator, that's like the best gladiator, they just kick you out. Or it's the age of conquest. So you have to conquer. Like the way to go to the next ring is to conquer. But how do you conquer on a personal level? You conquer in the arena by becoming the greatest gladiator ever. We can also scrap everything I just said. We don't have to do any of that. What you got?
I'm thinking, so one of these rulers of this Roman era,
Caesar.
he came from the Greek place.
Who?
And so he's like, the more people that leave, the less soldiers I have. So he built the Colosseum in front of the gate. And in order to keep people from going to the next circle. Because, I mean, these people aren't advanced, but they're not dumb. They're not like, okay, well, there's a circle behind us. We're in a circle. There's probably a circle after us. So we have no idea what's there, but I don't want people to go there because that means I have less power. So he builds the Colosseum in front of the gate
Okay.
and promises that if you he pretends like the Colosseum was always there or whatever. So he's like,
The
if you
Incas placed it.
come into the arena and you go through the 12 works or the 12 battles or whatever, then you can graduate to the next circle. So basically, you have to fight however many different people. I just said 12 because I think that's how many works Hercules did.
Yeah.
Anyway, so one is sword fight, hand to hand combat,
Nice.
bow and arrow, knives,
Yep.
knives, axes,
Chess.
whatever else.
Yeah.
Chess, yeah. Why not? That won't be very entertaining to watch from the Coliseum.
The bleachers. They have a little chessboard, and then around the middle chessboard is a life-size chessboard with people dressed up as the chess pieces. And so when you move your chess piece, the real life people on the big chessboard in the middle of the Colosseum like move in the same relativity that you moved your piece. I've done it. I've created.
And then they have a
Coliseum
sword
chess.
fight and kill each other based on
Oh, and they actually
the
die,
moves of the chess game.
dude.
Yeah.
And it's actually made up of actual kings and queens that they conquered from other lands. Oh, we got to save this idea for later.
Yeah.
I like this idea. We're totally putting this in another idea. All right, I'm overhyped about this. It's chess, even though chess is hype.
All right.
I support all my chess people.
It's crazy.
I'm not very good at
Okay.
it though.
So that's how one would get to the next circle. But if anyone does all of the feats, he goes into a room where it's an ambush.
Oh
And
man,
the leader of the Roman emperor will
Caesar kills them.
has people there to kill him so that he doesn't actually move on
What?
to the next. Yes. But if someone's good enough, he can just kill all the people trying to ambush him and move on anyway. Because the gate is still there.
I have a tangent.
And if the person is good enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a tangent. What if so this is the age of conquering. So to open the gate you have to conquer everyone. What if Caesar claims his godhead, his royal divinity, you may say, because he's conquered the land and he's the only one that can open the gate by walking up to it. And so he's created this aura around him where people see him as a divine person. And so he has these the Colosseum events, not to find or not just as entertainment, but to find out who else could also conquer, so then he can kill them, so he remains in power. So they put him into that room you're talking about, and so it's like you proved yourself worthy. You can open the gate, so you cannot live.
So he does it under the pretense that only the people who are worthy will be able to do all the feats
Chosen by the makers.
Because he doesn't want them to be his competition.
What do we think? Is that too convoluted?
So he tells them that he'll let them move on.
Yeah.
But really, he won't.
He won't. It's just a bunch of lies.
I like that.
This is a bunch of lies. Okay.
It adds political intrigue.
Political intrigue. All right. So our traveler, our journeyman, our man that we left back in the Greek area. I have a funny idea. They captured a centaur. They captured a centaur. Get my words right. And a bunch of stuff, and they're gonna trade with the Romans. A big one, a really big one that's gonna fight in the arena. And they have a bunch of boxes. And our main character.
Wait, I'm confused. Is it a minotaur or a centaur?
It's the one with the bull's head. Dadgummit, I'm confused myself. Dang it.
Yes, it's a Minotaur.
The half man, half bull, tied up.
Minotaur.
Minotaur.
Yes.
The Minotaur. And they traded with a bunch of like equipment and goods and stuff. Like they've made cloaks and clothing and stuff. Time that the Conquering Age they have time for, but it's never as nice as the Greek because they just have time to make stuff. Um, and so he hides in a box.
Weapons. They don't know how to make weapons.
They don't know how to make weapons. Weapon making is highly guarded. Or yeah, they don't know how to make it. He hides in a box with the Minotaur. He finds himself in the arena.
But the Romans are like, we don't. Sorry, keep going.
No, keep going.
Keep going.
Oh, I want to hear. And any idea you have, I want to hear.
Oh, I was saying that the Romans, through trial and error, have found the best ways to make the weapons, whereas the Greeks didn't do that.
The Conquering Age. They have conquered the way of making weapons. The craft.
Yes,
Conquered
exactly.
it. So he finds himself in the arena. Or maybe he escapes and then he has to go through all this Roman stuff. What are we thinking?
I'm thinking that the Romans are in a perpetual battle with the Persians,
Nice.
and I don't know why that's what I'm thinking, but that's
It's like real life.
So here's what I'm thinking with our guy. Even though we really shouldn't be getting into the guy yet, we should be continuing with the circles.
You're right. We can continue with the circles.
If he makes it through the feats, if he makes it to the Roman era, he gets kicked around as a slave again, and until he's, I don't know,
What if he finds like
makes it into the.
What if he finds like a hut at like the edge of like one of the walls and there's like an old man inside and he's an old man's blind and he's like, I will teach you the way.
I like it.
Or
old man was the emperor previously, but he got dethroned, or he gave it up, or he saw he was going to get dethroned and gave it up for a more quiet life.
Maybe the emperor was his brother.
You're a very good fighter. I think where you're going with this is that this guy trains the guy
to conquer, not just to fight, but to conquer.
Yeah. Right.
And he's like, "What's your name?"
I like it.
He's like, "Ben." He's
Alexander Hamilton.
Alexander Hamilton. Kenobi. So we
party guys.
We continue. What else you got? I love it. Keep cooking.
Does he have a blue lace or something?
No.
Okay.
No, we're just gonna get to that. Yes, I forced it. I shouldn't have done it.
It is what it is. Technically, we already had our Star Wars reference anyway, so
sweet. Check.
So he meets this blind former emperor guy, and he's teaches him how to conquer. What does that mean exactly?
You made the 12 different things, like there's hand fighting, there's sword fighting.
Okay, wait.
What you got?
Wait. Pausing. We're getting caught in the weeds here. Okay. We can't get distracted by the story because we're still building the world.
You're right.
We should move on to the next circle.
Okay.
And then we can come back to this story.
We'll come back to this story.
Okay. I think the next circle should be 800 AD King Arthur.
King Arthur. Okay. What did King Arthur have? What's the vibe? Tell me about it. Tell me what you got. What you thinking?
The vibe is okay. Castles, knights in shining armor, swords, wizards.
Ooh, wizards.
Mythical creatures appropriate for fantasy genres.
Can we do it like a Dark Age fantasy?
Yes.
Perfect.
We can do whatever we want.
Love it. Like a gritty fantasy.
Yes, sure, absolutely. I don't know what that means exactly, but
It just means your color, the color palette you use is all in gray, and like you walk up to an old hag and you're like, "Do you have anything to eat?" And the old hag is like, "I just have some rotten apples. That's all I have left." Like that.
sounds
Really,
exciting.
it's yeah. It'll be
All right,
crazy.
so um, for the previous ones, I was thinking more of a low greenery type of setting.
Uh-huh.
Whereas this one, I'm thinking a lot of forests.
A lot of forest.
Yeah, like there's a lot more water in this circle, which would make sense because the next circle I'm thinking, not to get ahead of ourselves,
Keep going. Keep
I'm
cooking.
thinking it's more of a exploration circle where everyone
Seafaring.
trying to discover the new world.
Love it.
Exactly. All right, but let's go back to the King Arthur circle.
Okay. Okay. So the King Arthur circle, I was thinking though a little bit about the people. What if at this point they have created an organized religion around the deification of the makers of the wall, basically the scientists, and they found out.
Okay.
And this is the age.
We
This is the age of
we could have that earlier if you wanted.
how they're too busy making stuff and conquering. I'm trying to come up with like a vibe. Like that what last one was the age of creation. This was the age of the Romans was the age of conquering. King Arthur was the age of
Magic.
piece of like magic. How does magic work?
Magic.
And why does the previous circles not
I
have
don't know.
magic? Hmm.
It's not real magic. It's just science.
Just
That's
science.
advanced enough that they think it's magic.
So,
Like the minotaurs and the centaurs.
oh,
There wasn't really magic. It was
like
just
gene
the
splicing.
result of
Yeah.
science type stuff.
So what are we thinking? So we have like a wizard, and so he's been genetically altered somehow
Yeah.
to do what?
Turned into a
Conduit?
superhero, basically.
Like
So he has superpowers.
maybe he has a fake
Like
heart.
he can move things with his mind,
He has a robot heart.
and he has a blue. I'm just kidding. Okay, so he's a robot.
Oh, maybe he's a robot mixed with a human. Like he's a cyborg.
Like he's half human, half cyborg, or half robot.
Yeah. And the scientist like
in a deep
place like I don't know where you go with this.
He probably has like a black
No,
cape.
we've already hit our quota. We've done it. We've hit the references.
Okay.
I love, but maybe yes, absolutely. Do you know what?
Well,
I shouldn't
make
have
sure.
derailed you like that. So on
No,
Wizard,
black capes are something wizards have.
that's right. He has a black cape.
Okay, but no. I don't like the robot. I don't like the robot. Get rid of the robot. Fish him out.
I am your mother. Okay,
No, I don't like that.
no more robot.
They use science to turn these wizards into like mutants from the X-Men. And
Okay.
so they all have different powers.
Who is
Some of them multiple powers.
mid-story superhero? Love it.
Yeah,
Kind of.
yeah, but they're not like they approach it differently
Okay. Tell me how they approach it.
from the way superheroes do it. Well, they approach it like a wizard.
A wizard.
It's like, oh, this guy's a magic worker. He can do these things. And in reality, he can only do certain things. Like maybe he can shoot lasers out of his hand or something, but people want him to heal them, and he, does the hocus pocus to make it seem like he does something, but he doesn't really do anything at all to heal them because he can only shoot lasers.
So maybe Maybe there's
Or
different
something
types of
like that.
wizards.
That's just what I'm thinking.
Like there's a war there's a healing wizard. Like
Fire
there's a
wizard,
fire wizard,
water wizard,
water wizards,
earth
okay,
wizards,
wind wizard.
air wizard,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
healing wizard,
Yep. And the scientists, what they're trying to find out is
death
if
wizards.
you leave all of those wizards together and they procreate, do they come up with a wizard? Bear with me. That has all of the
All of
powers.
it. Ooh. Yeah,
And there's a
that's
history
an
in
interesting
this land,
theory
an
to have.
ancient history, really old, about one
Prophecy,
like a
some might
prophecy
say.
about a wizard that was stuck in ice, and then he was found,
Yes.
and then he united the kingdom
Alive still, magically.
magically.
And he had a shield, and they called him Captain America.
Love it.
Wait, I think that might have
No.
been different ice. Never mind.
All right, let's continue. Let's continue. I love it. So, Wizard World area, Wizard area,
Yeah.
King Arthur.
Yes.
There's Merlin.
Wow.
Merlin is
King Arthur. Okay. Chivalry is the name of the game in this
chivalry.
uh particular arena. So the it's just common occurrence. You know, the princesses,
Captured by a dragon.
damsels, they're always getting kidnapped. They're always in distress. They always need someone to save them.
Strong.
And so it's, yes, the feat of this particular circle is to save the damsel in distress from the dragon or cyclops or
show chivalry.
bad guy who stole her type stuff there.
Yeah. Chivalry's and I like it. So you have like a contrast between the age of conquering and then the age of chivalry. Chivalry. Like we know you know how to conquer, but now can you use that strength for good?
Can you be selfless with it? Potentially sacrifice your own life
Yeah.
to save this perfect stranger, total stranger.
And there's always a difference between the people that have migrated in from the outer rings than from the people that are born there. Like the people from the outer rings, those are like the people of legend. Those are the knights. Those are the people. Not that somebody there can't become a knight. They just have to learn to conquer.
Exactly.
Or be selfless. Maybe it's
So
chivalry.
people who come from the Roman era or Persian era to King Arthur's realm are very good at conquering.
Yeah.
But they're not so good at being chivalrous.
They're not good at being chivalrous. Dang it.
So they can kill the dragon, but
they're only doing it for the gold.
They do it for the glory.
For the glory.
They're like, look at me. I killed the dragon. They're not like, look at me. Oh, they are like, look at me. I saved the princess. But they're not like, I was just saving the princess. That was, right. I wasn't trying to boaster myself. They're always trying to boaster themselves.
So full of pride they are.
The blight of the conqueror.
So the people that grew up in that era, they are way more likely to pass the chivalry test to be able to progress. Do I have that correct?
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, I don't know what you just said. What did you just say?
I said the people that are born there can progress easier than the people that come from the Roman era.
You're so correct.
Oh, sweet.
I'm trying because it's ingrained into their thought process. Whereas the Roman era thought process is kill, be the best, conquer.
Be the best, conquer. So
look at me. I'm the emperor.
Let's progress from here. They get to the next ring, or do you want to stay in this ring for a little longer?
I don't know that I have anything else to say about this ring.
Dude, I think you did a beautiful job.
Thank you. All right, next ring. The age of exploration.
The age of exploration. Dun 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 dun. That's all I can do without copyright. Um,
Okay. So basically, it's a bunch of islands, and
sea creatures.
instead of, yes, sea serpents,
Sweet,
megalodons,
sweet,
leviathans,
nice.
sea snakes. Well, that's
Boinky.
actually just the same thing as a sea serpent. But sea snake kind of sounds more terrifying.
That's right.
Oh, the kraken.
The Kraken.
The kraken. Terrifying.
So,
So they just sail around on these ships from island to island, I guess.
okay, I'm picturing something. So you have the gate that transitions into the age of exploring, or what'd you call it? The age of exploration. Soon as you come out of the gate, it's a massive, like, sprawling, like, city, and by this point they have muskets, they've discovered black powder. They are basically your. Or was that too far? Is that past the Victorian era? Did we hit
No,
the
that's good.
Victorian era? Or we're still in it?
No, the Victorian era is a lot more civilized than
But they have black
it's,
powder rifles.
yeah.
Beautiful. We're still tracking. We're still tracking. So, like, there's this city, and as soon as you come out of the gate, you see like a giant port with tons of ships, and they're all like flying different flags and stuff. And at each one of the ship, they see you come through the gate, and they all start like raising their hand and beckoning to you to come close, so they can hire you onto their crew because they want it's like a fever. Everybody wants to explore everything. So you get on the ship, you're on the big seas, the wind in your sails, and somebody hands you a mop. It says, scrub the poop deck. And you say, aye, Captain. And this is your life. So how do you, dude, this world's already like,
Just has to sail.
I have a question. What happens when a wizard from the previous ring come through the gate, or can they even come through the gate? Maybe they're confined as their own experiment within a bigger experiment confined to that region. This is a thought. We can get rid of it, though.
A mini experiment inside of a larger experiment. No, I think that's a good thing. They don't allow cross contamination
Of experiments. So you have to be a pureblood. You have to be a normal human.
It would.
Maybe.
It would ruin the experiment.
Maybe they allowed the Minotaur to go through the gate purely out of curiosity. And they're like, I wonder what the Romans are going to do with a Minotaur. Let's let that proceed.
Those two circles aren't so different. But
they're not so different.
This circle compared to the previous circle is pretty different.
Yeah. So
they wanted to keep things same. So it is.
The gate never opens for a wizard. Doesn't mean we can't sneak one through. That's a story for a later time. Conquering. So they're exploring. At what extent do you have to explore this region for you to go up to the next gate for it to open? Next door, massive door.
I had a funny thought about this.
Yeah.
This circle. Okay, so let's say everyone started on this one island, right?
Yeah.
And then they all sailed to this other island and they discover all these other islands. And everybody gradually moves to those islands. And then they just keep going around the circle, discovering more islands, moving around the islands until they get back. And like everyone moves so that the islands they were previously on are uninhabited.
Really? Okay. Because everyone's exploring. Everyone's exploring.
They keep going around the circle until they get back to where they started from. But at this point, maybe it's not them. Maybe it's their descendants,
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, look at this ancient civilization we found. But
yeah. They're just exploring everything that they've made. So here, I have a couple questions. So is it like a line? Like there's nobody behind this line. So maybe like, dadgummit, how do we? I feel like I wrote myself into a corner. So when you come out of the gate, there's not a town there. There's not anything there. Do you have to wait there at the gate for a boat to come pick you up? And could that be 100 years before they make it around to the where you entered the gate? Like imagining a circle, and you have a bunch of like there's multiple gates in this circle.
Right. No. So maybe okay. Here's how it is. Okay,
Yeah.
there's a city, but sometimes depending on which gate you go through at what time, the city might be abandoned.
Yeah. And you have to make a boat. And you have
And
to go.
if you
No.
go, like maybe these are 100-year cycles or 120-year cycles or
Yeah.
whatever. So if you go at year 99, the city's going to be dilapidated to the point where it's unrecognizable, but you won't have to wait very long for a ship to come by. But if you go at year 2, the city's going to be completely intact, but you're going to have to build your own ship and figure out how to sail it because up to this point, there hasn't been any
Yeah.
water worth sailing on.
Um.
I like that. This is how we should do it, I think.
Okay. Okay. I was too busy trying to figure out the problem, and you already solved it. Um. So wait, well, what keeps it so
So,
so what happens? Tell me again. What happens when you come through the gate and it's year 2 and the people just like they're just in front of you or they just left or you're not going to see them for 80 years? Anybody because they're all like in a line, all progressing at the same time.
right. So, the city is intact, and there's probably some sort of animal life that's starting to move in.
Yeah,
There are probably crops that the people left that are not super cultivated anymore, but they're still
they're still there.
growing.
They're still there.
So food's not an issue.
Not an issue.
Shelter's not an issue. You have a whole city.
That's right.
Go anywhere, live anywhere. It doesn't matter. The whole city's your whatever you want.
So if I was wanting to
So then
keep going.
different attitudes of people would do different things. Because if someone has an exploration attitude, he's going to explore the whole city. He's going to find a way to build a boat, probably. Right. And there are probably some boats in the harbor. There are probably books about sailing. There are probably pictures and things like that. So it wouldn't be, he wouldn't have to think of it for himself. He would just have to kind of figure it out a little bit.
So if
versus someone who was just like, I'm just gonna live here until I die type thing.
So I still if so somebody comes through, he builds a boat or he's building a boat. Somebody else comes through, he's building a boat. They're still waiting for the ring. They build a boat. They build a boat and they set sail. They're not with the line of people. They're like staggered now.
Uh-huh.
Is that okay? And if they're staggered,
what's the question?
What keeps everybody from being staggered, constantly going around and around and around? So that makes it where
okay, so the
city's always
there's always isn't
the city.
Right, and the exploration isn't there isn't a hard line where it's like you have to keep up with this line. Yeah. It's progressive. So they come to this new land and they're still in their old land. And then as they build up this new land, more and more people come to the new land.
Yeah.
And then they go to the next land as they're still coming from their first land to the second land. And then people are going from the second land to the third land. And it's building up.
And so it's like a leapfrog, kind of?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the exploration is spread out.
Yeah.
Until everybody completely leaves the first land for the second land.
That's what I but there's always a stream of people depending on if there's people coming through the gates. which there are some, but it's not a flood, it's a trickle. Because only the people with chivalry can come through the gates. And so there's always like these little dinghies, and these little dinghies
Every
get
now and then.
picked up by the bigger ships and say, "Join the crew. We are on a quest." So I have how they get out of this ring. They have to visit every
Okay.
island and put a flag on every island. No, that takes too long. I'm trying to see if we could speed run getting from the middle ring, sorry, from the outer ring to the middle ring. What if
Okay.
you have
I
to
have it.
find the original island that's mystery and lost, and nobody knows where
I
it is?
like that.
There's not a map to it. There's this one
What I
island.
like more than that,
What? Treasure?
I like that the gate is open, but it's surrounded by a reef or a bunch of rocks or something treacherous like that, where
A
you
kraken
have to
guards the
be
gate.
an excellent captain
Oh yeah.
to navigate your ship through.
Ooh.
And most captains won't even do it because they're just like,
It's everything you said,
because
plus there's a constant thunderstorm. There's a constant thunderstorm that's obscuring the vision of all these like massive rocks and stuff and coral like underneath. Like you have to be crazy to go in there. Like your ship will definitely sink no matter how
oh yeah,
big and small it is.
right. Okay, so originally people were like, "Oh, this is where we need to explore," but they just kept sinking so many ships that
Yeah.
they were like, "Okay, don't go over there anymore. We'll just keep going this direction, and we'll explore this direction."
We'll find another inward gate.
So basically, only people who
Have an undying
come from.
thirst for exploration.
Oh, that's a good point. So, like going from the Roman circle to the medieval circle gives you a disadvantage to get to this circle, but going from the medieval circle to this circle gives you an advantage because you wouldn't know to the storm. Whereas the children are brought up being told, don't go into the storm
Mm-hmm.
despite your natural inclination for
Or
adventure
adventure. So
and
yeah.
exploration.
So they have like two warring emotions going on because they're born in this region. And if you're born in this region, you already have like, I want to explore, similar to people with chivalry. But when you come from a place of chivalry, you don't have the exploration bug that's bit you like the people that live here. But what's advantage, just like you said, I'm just restating what you said. So I'm locking it into my brain. Um,
I like it. Keep going.
but your advantage is that you do not fear the storm. You do not fear. And every gate has a storm and is treacherous. Some have a storm and there's a kraken guarding the gate. Some have a storm and there's sea serpents, like a ball, like just oscillating around each other, churning the water, waiting for a ship or something to come by so they can surround it
Like a
and
whirlpool.
like a whirlpool. There's a whirlpool in front of one. Or, yeah, like these gates are highly guarded and only a true adventurer, a boat captain, can make it through. But the gates only open is if you have found the original island, which has a message on it that lets you know that you can go through the gate. It's like, well done, adventurer. You may access, I don't know, something way cool that we'll focus group. What do you
Or
think?
maybe it has a secret, it has a map that leads you through the rocks
Ooh, yes.
where there aren't any creatures or whirlpools, and it gets you to a gate that's not guarded.
A secret gate?
But only a
It's,
true seafarer would
it's,
know how to read the
it's
map.
obscured by fog, but there's no other. I don't know. It's too easy, yeah, but it's also really hard. Okay, I love it.
It's a mirage.
It
It looks like there's a wall there, but there's not really a
there's not
wall.
really a wall, but there's fog and there's sirens that sing you pretty melodies to try to distract you. But the map says all this stuff. They're like, don't worry about the fog. You're gonna take a heading and you're gonna follow that heading, and don't listen to the singing people. They're pitchy anyway. Um,
It's,
so they go through. Like it goes like the map says, go directly through the wall. So they go directly through the wall, and they're into the next ring. What's the next ring?
Oh boy, I hadn't thought about that.
Okay, wait. So black
Um,
powder. So we could jump all the way to steam powered trains. We could jump all the way to the beginning of aircraft, like they have planes now. We could jump all the way to
right, whoa,
Archer
no, no,
Chamber.
no, that's a different.
Oh yeah, it's the Victorian
Let's
era.
do,
It's the
let's
Victorian era.
do Victorian. Okay, which is also when the Wild Wild West was.
Oh, let's go. So everything. We're doing everything. Victoria, biplanes, everything. Steam engine
We're not
trains.
doing planes.
No, no planes.
No planes.
Can we please? Can we please have planes?
Okay, fine. We can have like the Wright brothers plane
Sweet. We have the
with
Wright brothers
as
plane.
advanced as it gets.
Nice, nice. Okay. So the Wright brothers build a plane. They fly up, but there's a ceiling, or like the oxygen gets super like shallow. Like you don't have any oxygen, just barely any height, and so you pass out and you crash.
Okay. Or maybe plot twist. Have you ever seen the Truman Show?
Maybe, maybe I have. Continue.
Okay.
I want to know what you got.
It's all just one big container, and the walls go all the way up to the ceiling. And the ceiling is designed to look like the sky, but it's actually an observation desk for viewers and the scientists, because this is, I don't know. I guess there's a galactic thing
I'm
outside of
imagining
this planet.
a
So
massive
this is
dome, just a dome, like a massive circular dome, and everywhere outside the dome is just nothing but science. Like it's one giant building. Or what are you thinking? Or it's like a full planet,
yes, exactly.
like a giant spaceship.
No, that's what I was thinking. Is some sort of, it'd probably have to be an artificial planet,
Yeah,
but it's not important.
that's super futuristic. That's also a ring. Oh, dang it. I gave away the plot twist. No, we're like the futuristic realm is just like the next gate that you have to get through once you're from the middle.
Yes.
You've
Okay.
considered the experiment. That's what you think.
Okay, back to Victorian era.
Okay, Victoria.
Thing. So we have steam powered trains, we have steam powered automobiles, we have
Cartridge weapons
the
are just
airplanes,
got
we have
invented.
the Wild Wild West, which lasted 20 years apparently.
Yeah, it didn't last very long.
Duels didn't happen the way Hollywood says they happened.
It might have happened once.
That's okay.
We're gonna say it happened at least once, so we can do it. All right. So there's repeating rifles, all the above. I love it. I'm in. And there's like balls and banquets, and there's people going to parties, and there's kings and queens and nobility.
Wait, so are you trying to tell me that there are sub-development stages inside of these developmental rings?
I don't know. They could be.
There are people who are more civilized in this ring than there. Wait,
What's the
so you're telling me at certain points in this ring, people are civilized to the point of having balls
It's the
and having these wonderful dances and things.
and duels.
Other places, they're having gunfights.
Dude, it's like the real
Is that what
world.
you're telling me?
It's like the real world. Maybe. Yes. We're gonna go with yes. But what's like how do they get out of this ring? Like what is the trial?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm thinking that this ring kind of has a sub ring, but it's not a ring. It's more like areas. So some areas
very
are like
and very rocky.
Victorian era England.
Yeah.
Some areas are like,
The Wild
turn of the century Texas.
And there's trains that go
California
in between the mountain ranges that can take you to the different regions. There's one train that goes all the way around the world in a big circle. There's two trains.
I
They go
like
either
that.
direction.
It's just one big circle track
Mm-hmm.
with multiple trains on it.
We could call it Ring World, but it's already taken.
Or it'd be just one train on it. And if you missed what?
We could call it Ring World, but that was just making a reference. Lots of references.
Lots of references.
Yeah. So there's trains, and then I would say there's lots of trains, and they're all like staggered. So it's like if you miss a train, you have to wait a couple of days for the next train, and sometimes the train is derailed or robbed by hooligans,
And it's
train robbers, horse thieves,
and depending how politically correct we want to be.
Indians, native Indians, Indians of the Wild West.
Yes. Yes. I feel like we have to have those if we're gonna have the Wild Wild West.
Little on the nose, but I love on the nose. So, but we still haven't established what is the thing. You have to settle. Like your goal here is to go west, find a plot of land, build a house, and settle there. And you just have to build a settlement. And you have to just settle, and then the gate can open up to you.
No, because there has to be something extravagant because that's what everyone is doing.
But that's not the.
Everyone is settling. Everyone.
So maybe the goal is to become an aristocrat. Maybe the goal is to become an aristocrat.
You have to. Okay, hear me out.
I'm hearing you out.
One side, if you're in Victoria, England,
Okay.
you have to become an aristocrat.
Okay.
You have to with all the prettiest people.
Okay. Or the priest here.
If you're in the what?
Keep going. I thought you said priests, like the religion thing that I said earlier, but we can scrap that.
No. Oh no, I didn't.
I derailed you.
We haven't gotten into that, but we can.
We can do it later.
That can be a thing that's happens in every circle.
It's a subplot.
It is different. Yeah. It's a subculture inside of these subcultures. It's a subculture.
It's like
okay. So if you're in the West, you have to be the fastest at the draw and the most accurate because being fast doesn't matter if you can't hit what you're shooting at.
It's the era of survival. Maybe the aristocrats, if you don't fit in, they take you down to the dungeon and they just kill you. You don't fit in.
It's a survival of fitting in.
It's the survival of what? Say that again.
Fitting in.
It's the survival. It's the survival of fitting in. You gotta fit in, and you conform to the culture around you. If you can't,
exactly.
I don't like that one. As a rebel myself, I would like to.
I don't. No.
Oh, dude, I have. Okay, no, I like. No, DJ, hear me out. I have a crazy idea. We can scrap it. It's crazy. The goal is to fit in.
You have to push a car with the train at 88 miles an hour, and then
you go.
Wait, what's the goal? The goal is to fit in.
The goal is to fit in. But so there's multiple ways to fit in because you don't fit in with everybody. So what you do is you become renowned to the point where it's not that you don't fit in with them. It's that they don't fit in with you.
They don't fit in with you.
They don't fit in with you. And that's why there's like these subcultures is because it's so vague that you can pass the trial in multiple different ways. And a way that you can do it is some people become a lawman in the West. Their spurs jingle as they walk out of the jail. And they create a culture that they fit in. But they're the one that creating the culture that they want to fit into. And so it's like a constant of overthrowing cultures and then the birth of new cultures. So maybe it's like a renaissance to where it's like somebody created an art culture. I don't know. It's not well thought out, but I like it. It's not the You don't fit in with them. It's that they don't fit in with you. Unless no one fits in with you. And then you need to figure something out.
And you just go become a bandit, start your own gang, kill a bunch of people, make a name for yourself,
All right.
and
New plan.
be like Billy the Kid.
So it's not like you have to fit in. That's the goal. You have to get 20 friends that are like-minded. That's very hard. You have to make friends. You have to make friends and you have to become like-minded. Once you guys are like-minded, it says, "Oh, this person can."
That's how you get to the next level. You have to make 20 friends.
You have to get 20 friends and align them under one goal.
Let me just put
One
this in
flag.
perspective for you.
Mm-hmm.
In order to get from the first circle to the next one, you have to discover fire.
You want to hear the exploration one was
key out of metal. Oh,
I hear ya.
craft a key out of metal.
Fine, it's 12 friends. You have to make 12 friends. 12
of live stone.
You have
to do 12 feet.
We can keep with the
fighting and conquering.
You have to become chivalrous.
Then you have to do an incredible chivalrous slaying a giant and saving a princess.
That's right.
Then you have to navigate through a old maze.
Yeah.
And you have to find the first.
You gotta. Then you have to make 20 friends. 12 friends. 12 friends. 12. That's just 12.
12 friends. Things is now.
The exploration one, I wanted them to find a pot of gold or a treasure chest, and that's what did it. But yours was way better. See if we don't 10 friends. I'm just kidding.
The number is not the thing.
I know.
Okay.
All right. What's the vibe? What do we have to do to get out of this? Circle.
I think you have to get us out of money.
You have to get a certain amount of money.
And it doesn't matter how you get it.
Wait.
Yes. So you can become
a businessman, become a robber, a bank robber. Fine. It's better than 12 friends.
Cattle wrestler. You can become a lawman. You can become an aristocrat.
Oh, okay.
If you can.
All right, I have it. You make 12 friends. You call yourself a deity. Create a church. They'll hide the church. You make enough money, you get out. 12 friends.
I mean, what is your... Why?
I'm okay. Back to the money thing. How much money do you have to make by political deals?
You're going to be a person we have to know how to make friends, but he couldn't. You can't get this far without learning how to make friends.
I'm just picking on you about the friends thing. I'm trolling. It's not real. I'm just kidding. All right, the money thing. You have to become financially successful. To what extent?
Yes.
Is it relative to like the person's needs? Is it
Here's
relative
what I'm thinking.
To the economy?
Here's what I'm thinking. The gate, there's a giant scale.
Ooh.
In order for the scale to be weighted, you have to put gold on it or silver.
Okay.
Or precious stones. But you can't put
cash.
You can't put a bunch of rocks on it.
You can't put paper on it. Like that's a construct. But gold, silver.
Right. You have to put something.
Diamonds.
Exactly. So I'm not entirely familiar, but I'm guessing that value to weight
ratio
productive
for how much? Like we only want $1 million?
Like if you had like $1 million in gold would weigh more than $1 million in
Yeah, so all it cares about is a certain amount level, and like when you put gold on those scales, like the other side has like an amount number that will go to the correct amount that you put on it. And like you could be like pull out pocket watches and throwing out there, and it goes up by $20. And you pull like you put your hat on the scale, and it goes up by $5. You take off your shoes, you're throwing everything on the scale, and it just keeps going up by little increments, and you get to $1 million.
Mm.
What do we think about that? But I do like the
So
money
this
thing.
circle is just trying to teach people how to be successful
Yeah,
financially.
financially. But I'm gonna hit some heartstrings real quick. There was a poor boy. Life hasn't been going well for him.
Oh boy.
And he comes up to the giant scales, and all he has is himself. And so he stands upon the scales, and the number, it starts going up and up and up, and it breaks. And it says uncalculable value. And the gate opens, and the little boy goes through. And the scientists still have no idea why the scale did that, because they programmed it to be able to judge the worth of something on the one side and display it on the other. And the little boy was the only one that thought about
Had a
it.
heart of pure gold.
Nah, he was just worth a lot.
A diamond in the rough.
Nah, he was just a normal boy.
What?
He was just a normal boy. There was nothing special about him.
Just a normal born.
Just a normal boy. All right, so
So
what's
so
the next
why
one?
aren't people just stand why
We're gonna say
why aren't they
because
just standing on the scale and like
because when they stand on the scale, or we're gonna have to get like really technical with this. Either they never thought of it, they never think to stand on the scale, or the scale boots somebody off of it if they stand on it and there's something else on it. And the only reason the little boy worked is because he was the only one that had nothing, and he stood on the scale. And
he pulled the
he had
prizes and he did it with nothing.
he did it with nothing. He had nothing. And that was the only way the scale wasn't able to read anything else. Like his shirt was tattered, worth zero. His everything he was wearing was just worth zero. The only thing valuable on the scale was him. And so when other people come, they put their bars of gold on there. And they try to stand on there. And instead of reading them, it reads the bars of gold. And they get booted off. Like it never reads them because it's always reading the gold that they put on there. It's always reading the diamonds. It never reads them. It reads the clothes on their
I
body.
like it.
So it was like a bug. He found a bug
I like
and
it.
it worked.
You found a glitch in the
A
system.
glitch in the system. Okay. What's the next ring?
Okay, the next one, let's see, where do we go after the Wild Wild West?
We go to diesel,
World War One.
gasoline, full planes. Ships that run off fuel, medical advancements.
Fuel.
It's the age of fuel. It's the age of gasoline. It's the age of petroleum.
The age of oil.
The age of oil.
Petroleum.
The world's
The
lifeblood.
age of dead dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm. We'll get into that later. That's
All right, so, but at what point in the last 100 years exactly is this particular time period?
what like there's no like big event. There's no World War I going on. Unless we want that. Maybe a bunch of World War Ones have happened. Maybe they have also done war, or maybe these people are not so much in war because they got it all out of them in the conquering. Or actually, they're not. That's not the conquering ring. That's not the other rings. Like this ring is devoted to maybe scientific exploration. Maybe you have to split an atom.
Scientific exploration.
Oh no, that's the next ring. You have to.
World War II.
Or maybe it is like maybe we'll jump straight to the Second War, and the way you progress is by splitting an atom. Dang it, then nobody's gonna progress. Nobody's going to progress.
Yeah, that's very
It's like one
have to
person,
be quite smart to do that, especially initially.
and maybe it is. Maybe you have to. Maybe it's the age of intelligence. You have to become knowledgeable and smart. Maybe that's the trial. Like in the Age of
You have
Conquering,
to be super smart.
the blind emperor trained you to conquer, and in the chivalry, you learn to be chivalrous. In this one, you have to learn to be smart. Basically, you have to learn a bunch of stuff. Time to go to school.
And in the wild, wild west, you have to learn how to make friends.
Oh yeah, 12 of them. We continue. Um,
Yeah.
so you have to become smart.
Yeah.
You have to get a
You have to
doctorate.
learn how to be smart.
You have to learn how to be smart. You learn.
You have to get 7 doctorates, like
Holy
Bruce Banner.
smokes! Holy smokes!
No, just
Maybe like you had to build a house in the Greek one. Maybe you have to build something. Maybe you have to build a nuclear reactor.
oh,
You have to cure the common cold.
maybe you just have to make some sort of invention of some
To
kind.
invent something. Electricity?
Well, that was invented already.
Dang it. Okay.
They had electricity in the Victorian era.
I'm trying to make it simple. Maybe it is smarts. Maybe you have to. Ooh. Okay, DJ, I have it. I have it. You have to pass a test. At the door, there is a auditorium full of chairs and stools and little tables. And on each of these tables, you have to pass a test. And every time you fail, you crumple up the paper and you throw it over your shoulder, and a new test like magically appears. They're like, the makers are testing us. By this point, they know there's something else going on. It's like it's the trial, and so you have to pass this basically the IQ test, or not even IQ test, just like a general knowledge.
I mean, this is the last. This is the second to last
Yeah, this is the second to last one.
area.
Yep.
The next one is the future.
The next one is the future. The next one is our era, and they go into that one. And how do you get to the modern age? Gravity? That's what I was thinking. You figure out gravity and antimatter.
You can figure out gravity and antimatter.
Mm-hmm. Maybe teleportation? Maybe. But that might be the next ring. Ooh, dang it, I give it away. Maybe
Wait, how many rings are there left? Or left?
there's 3. So there's our age and then the modern age.
Just 3.
Yeah, so World War II, modern age.
What's our age if not the modern age?
Oh, and then the future age. Then the future.
The future age.
The future age.
Okay, so World War II, you just have to invent something genius.
Or pass a test. I said I was going for pass a test, but like this grand test that everybody studies for.
Pass a test.
And they call it the grand test.
Okay, the modern age, in order to area spend,
In order to get out,
you have to live a life of purpose and meaning, because that's next to impossible now.
And what they found is only the people in this ring, they never leave because you have to live a life of purpose. The only people that are able to leave are the people that have came from all the way at the beginning ring. And nobody has ever done that. Nobody has ever started at the first ring and got to this ring, because then they would be living a life of purpose. The life of purpose would be to better themselves and to progress and to be chivalrous,
Right.
and to conquer everything they come across, and to be smart and clever and adventurous.
So they're just using and successful.
And so nobody
Be able to make friends and influence people. So they're just using all of the things, the skills they've learned all along the way. And that's the only way they're going to take it to the future realm. Because everyone's so bogged down with popularity and social media and depression. that they can't live a life of purpose
Can't live a life of purpose.
because they don't have the discipline.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much amusement. There's too much entertainment. Everyone's so bored because there's so much entertainment.
There's always stuff that's entertaining you, distracting you from a life of purpose. So one man shows up and he's like, I've traveled away from the first ring.
Really wants.
And he teaches everybody how to live a life of purpose. And that's for better, I don't know. What's purpose other than the goal that you're devoted to?
What's purpose?
Okay, I have it. Purpose is a goal that you sacrifice all other things to accomplish.
Purpose. Like following Jesus.
Boom. That can be a purpose. It's a higher purpose. All right. Yeah. So we don't have to figure out gravity and anti-gravity. That's just something.
Yeah,
that can be something in the next ring. You go into the future ring. This is the future. And in this ring, you have to discover gravity, antimatter, and teleportation. And they have the gravity and antimatter down. What's up? What you got?
And they abduct you out of the experiment, and you get to become citizen of the universe.
Maybe. Or how about this? If we stick with the trials that are deep within your soul, the final ring's trial, the only way you get abducted, because the whole thing was just one big trial to find the emperor. What do we think about that? The final trial, the way that you get out of the middle ring, the middle circle. It's a circle now. There's not even a ring. You're in the middle circle. You're in the future age. The only way to get out of the future age is to understand that it wasn't the goal, but it was the journey along the way.
It was the friends we made along the way.
Friends we made. That's credits. We did. Oh, give me some
plot twist.
Plot twist.
It's all just purgatory.
It's all just purgatory.
And he comes to his judge, and his judge tells him if he goes to heaven or hell. Or, paradise or the other things.
But how do you get to that judge? Or is the judge in the futuristic realm? So I like the judge.
Futuristic realm.
The judge is in the futuristic realm. So it was never even a science experiment. It was one long quest to make it to the end. And along the way, you proved. And then you make it to the judge. And the judge looks at what you've done. And he says, what does he say, DJ?
Well, it depends on what you've done.
Well, how about this? Maybe it depends on what you've done. This is a big throne room. It's a big throne room. And you see on either side of them these two spiritual portals. One of them, all you get is pain when you look at it. And then one on the other side, all you see is just happiness and joy, like pure joy, like all of your trials and all of the depression, everything you've ever felt that was like just wrong. It just relieves when you look at this portal.
Right.
And here, how about this? How about this? Oh, dude, let me cook and I want to hear what you say. There is a bunch of books that are all like being like funneled in by like these people. And some of these books are all like pretty, like all of them are kind of like gross and muddy and black, just depending on like how your life went. They're all books of your life. And you put it before the judge, and the judge opens it up and he starts reading through everything. And it feels like an eternity as you're standing before this massive like deity. And it feels like an eternity. And it also feels like it was just a minute. And he says, I found corruption, betrayal, selfishness, lies, and murder. All things of this world, as he points to like the one circle that has like this like the pain and like you just feel nothing but terror when you look at this like spiritual portal. And so then he like points to that one and you're thrown in and you feel nothing but pain. But where rewind just a second. You walk up to the judge and your book comes up in front of the judge and this book is covered in blood. Just covered in blood. And as the judge opens up your book, let me cook. As he opens up your book, like every page in between the pages are just soaked in just this like crimson blood. And as like he opens the page, like it drips down the next page. And so the judge goes down to like wipe it off. And so he like wipes off the blood, and there's no text, and it's the most pure white paper you've ever seen, and like glows a little bit. And he's like, there's nothing on this page. And he rolls the book, and just like he goes, nothing on this page. And he looks down at you, and he goes, it looks like somebody paid a great price to buy your soul. You may go into this realm because your book is pure. And you go into like the growing, you feel nothing but joy and happiness. And it's like an euphoric, just pure joy. And that's the end of the story. It was all just a plot twist. Then we roll credits.
I like it. Roll credits.
Roll credits. Roll credits. Oh my goodness.
Beautiful.
Dude, I'm happy with it if you are. But we can go if you want. We can do more.
No,
that's it.
It was an adventure.
Dude, that was an
full of ups and downs and full of this. Wow.
Wow. Dude, for everybody that listened to all of that, I'm so happy I hope you enjoyed the ride. Because that was
going on this adventure.
That was a world crafting adventure.
Yeah, man.
Well enough worlds to love it. I love everybody that listened.
We could have spent so much time in each circle.
Hey, dude, we could go back because we still left our one guy in the conquering realm. Like we didn't even like through a story through there, which we don't have to. We're world crafters. We build worlds.
Yes, we build worlds. Maybe we can come back for part 2 sometime.
We can come back and fill it in. Put a story through it if we would like. But thanks everybody for listening. Thanks everybody for sticking with us. I hope everybody liked it. And we're going to do...
Appreciated.
We're going to do for the people that make it all possible. If you want DJ. People that support us. People that
encourage us. But before we do that...
What should we do?
Go ahead and listen to some other episodes if you feel so inclined. If you enjoy this. Because we have some other good ones.
Dragon Race.
And maybe it'll spark some creativity.
Game of Tones.
Dragon Racing is one of our best in my...
Game of Tones is a great one. We have one on depression. Yeah. That was great.
Is that what we ended up calling that one?
Game of Tones?
I don't remember.
Yeah, dude, it's called Game of Tones because it's like
excellent names.
Excellent names. Yep. You gotta find them like gems.
They're out there. They're gems. So we have a sponsor. His name is Nathan Wayne.
Awesome.
He just wrote a book. Well, he didn't just write it, but it's out now. It's called the Zebulon Dagger. And it's about this...
You saw the Zebulon
It's in his Sunland saga.
Nice.
Yes, the Zebulon Dagger by Nathan Wayne in the Sunland saga. So it takes place in this desert where this guy hired people to steal the dagger for him. So it's kind of a heist book.
I like heist books.
They go and they find it because it has powers, and a bunch of shenanigans ensue, and it's full of suspense and drama and all sorts of cool stuff. So give it a read. Give his other
Zebulon Dagger.
It's on Amazon, the Zebulon.
The link will be down in the description below.
Link in the description.
What else we have in the description is our email. So if anybody wants to email us and tell us what you guys think, ideas, what stories you guys come up with by listening to these, shoot us an email.
Yes.
And
Do that.
the other sponsor we have
Leave
is
us a
called
comment.
Incredible Quest. It's a D20 tabletop RPG. It's yet to come out though. It's yet to be announced. But it is, I consider it the best tabletop RPG out there. It lets you build and create anything you imagine. It allows you to make fantasy campaigns, Wild West campaigns, a campaign where you start in a ring and the ring starts in the Stone Age and ends in the futuristic. You can do it all with this one system. It's yet to come out.
Sounds so familiar.
Sounds familiar. And I am currently playtesting it, and they support us. They encourage us, and they keep us going. Do you have anything else, DJ?
Yes. That is all.
That is all.
Thanks for listening.
Love you guys. Bye.